French car maker Citroën is the newest manufacturer to enter the extremely crowded space that the mid-size SUV segment is with the all-new C3 Aircross. And Citroën claims to have taken a very different approach for the segment with this SUV.
While most manufacturers playing in the mid-size SUV segment are going over the top with their feature lists and powertrains, Citroën is keeping things simple. Interestingly, the C3 Aircross is based on the same platform as the C3 hatchback launched last year, but this is a Creta-sized SUV and enters a segment that has at least half a dozen big names in the ring already. So clearly the C3 Aircross has its task cut out as it enters what is the most hotly contested segment in the country.
The front end of the C3 Aircross looks very similar to the C3 hatchback that was launched last year, especially the grille design and the DRLs. But this is a bigger vehicle, and not just the design, I really like the overall proportions of the C3 Aircross as well.
The C3 Aircross has the distinct appeal of being a Citroën thanks to the front end design, especially the double chevron logo and the way the daytime running lamps are styled. The front bumper on a test car also had white accents, which contrasted nicely with the SUV's blue color and added flair to the face too. That said, in keeping with its positioning as a mid-size SUV, I would have liked the C3 Aircross to be equipped with LEDs for the main headlamp units for a more premium feel, if nothing else. I like the design for the 17-inch alloy wheels though, as they look very distinctive and very appealing too. Unladen ground clearance for the C3 Aircross stands at 200mm and certainly adds to the SUV's appeal from the sides. The C3 Aircross also looks very distinctive from the rear thanks to the tail lamp design and also the strip of black plastic connecting them, which reminded me of the C5 Aircross. A forced skid plate at the rear adds to the visual appeal, while the departure angle is 25 degrees, and overall, Citroën has certainly got the design right.
The interiors of the C3 Aircross are a lot more functional as compared to what we are used to seeing in this segment, but what's really worth noting is the solid feel thanks to the excellent fit finish levels and also the quality of plastics.
Despite its relatively simpler design, the dashboard looks very appealing, especially thanks to the contours and surface finishes and also the color combinations. The large infotainment screen adds to the cabin's appeal, besides which the driver's cockpit feels spacious thanks to the SUV's width. In fact, cabin space is certainly a highlight for the C3 Aircross as it feels very spacious all around. Rear legroom and knee room are very impressive too, be it in the 5-seat version or the 7-seat version. The seats in the C3 Aircross are a class act too and feel very supportive and comfortable, as is the case with all Citroën cars. The boot is very spacious too, as the C3 Aircross boasts a very impressive boot volume of 511 litres in the 5-seat version. As for the 7-seat version, folding and taking the last row of seats is the quickest we have seen yet in any SUV, as you can remove both the seats in just a few seconds to make space for your luggage.
Citroën has again gone in for a functional approach when it comes to the feature list, so you get a 7-inch display for the instrument cluster, a 10.2-inch infotainment screen that offers wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity. You only get one USB port at the front though, which is a Type A port, and the C3 Aircross also misses out on a wireless charging pad.
Citroën's functional approach continues on the features front too. The 10.2-inch infotainment screen boasts a crisp resolution and looks bright, but the 7-inch display for the instrument cluster could have done with more brightness and a more appealing layout as well. What's more, there's just a single USB port at the front, which is the older Type A port, though the second and third rows both get 2 USB ports each, again Type A ports. The C3 Aircross also misses out on automatic climate control, though admittedly, the air conditioning system is very quick to cool the cabin. There is no sunroof or ventilated seats either, even as an option. I do like the fact that the 7-seat version gets roof-mounted AC vents, which certainly help. Overall, there are a few misses on the features front, which is a bit glaring for the segment.
The C3 Aircross is on offer with just one engine option, which is the same 3-cylinder 1.2-litre turbocharged petrol engine that we saw in the C3 hatchback. The outputs are the same as well at 110 PS and 190 Newton meters, and well, the engine certainly feels smooth and responsive. But you can only have it with a 6-speed manual gearbox, and the automatic version is expected to join the lineup later.
The engine is certainly one of the highlights for the C3 Aircross, given its refinement and performance both. Bottom end grunt is very impressive and throttle responses are sharp, which makes for brisk acceleration, be it from standstill or at slow speeds in traffic. The engine also feels relaxed and smooth at highway speeds, which is particularly impressive for a 3-cylinder engine performing duty in a mid-size SUV. ARAI certified fuel efficiency for the C3 Aircross stands at 18.5 km per litre, which is really impressive too.
The C3 Aircross impresses a lot on the dynamics front, as we've come to expect of Citroen's cars, because the ride and handling both are excellent. It feels confident on the road, stays planted, but the bigger highlight to me has to be the brilliant ride quality that the C3 Aircross offers.
The C3 Aircross does not get the patented suspension we have seen on the C5 Aircross that uses hydraulic shock absorbers with air pockets to offer a phenomenal ride quality. But the suspension here has been tuned really well after testing the SUV for lakhs of kilometers in Indian conditions, and the result is a ride quality that is excellent. So the C3 Aircross soaks up ruts and potholes with utmost ease without unsettling occupants, and also ensures that you don't feel undulations on highways by feeling planted and composed. The handling will also delight those who like driving, as the steering feels precise and responsive, besides which the suspension ensures the SUV holds the line around corners and body roll is well controlled too. Overall, the kind of balance Citroën has managed to achieve between the ride and handling is very commendable, and besides the powertrain, its road manners are yet another highlight for the C3 Aircross.
To sum it up, what obviously makes the C3 Aircross unique as a mid-size SUV is the fact that you can also spec it with 3 rows of seats, besides which it looks good and is also spacious on the inside. Well, it could do with more features though, because that's what a lot of buyers in this segment are looking for today. And to take care of this, Citroën will have to price the C3 Aircross aggressively, and my guess is that this one should be priced between 10.5 lakh rupees ex-showroom and about 15 lakh rupees ex-showroom, because that's the kind of price range that will help Citroën convince a lot of buyers.